So here's a story I've done on both here and Vlaire, and this is basically a Ladybug what-if story where instead of Marinette getting the Ladybug Miraculous, it's Chloe who got the Miraculous. It's kind of like the age-old like Marvel what-if stories. So here's the story, and I've updated it a few times, so keep that in mind. So the story is in this continuity, Master Fu missed Marinette. He missed meeting Marinette, and instead he was like, "Well, who the hell? We kind of need someone to stop Hawkmoth. So who the hell do I give this to?" So he looks around, and eventually he comes across Chloe, and he's like, not much, but, she's got potential, but I'll give her a test. So he pretends to be a homeless vagrant out in front of the hotel, of where Chloe and her father live. So while she's there, while he's there pretending to be a homeless vagrant, he comes by Chloe, and Chloe's like, "Ugh, you smell. Here, take money and get out of my sight." And again, Fu's like, it's not much, but it's a start, and maybe this can help her. So he hides the Miraculous and makes Chloe a superhero. He allows Chloe to be Ladybug, and it goes about as well as you think, because the moment Tiki is like, "Look, you can't tell anyone you're Ladybug," and she's like, "I'm gonna tell everybody," and they're like, "God damn it." So yeah, it's more of a learning experience, because even though Tiki gives helpful advice to Marinette, here it's more like she's trying to be like the good shoulder angel to Chloe half the time. But the problem is that Chloe's already let it out of the bag that she's a superhero, and it's already like going downhill. And even Master Fu is like, "Oh shit, what do I do?" You're probably wondering, well, what about Cat Noir? In this story, Adrien still becomes Cat Noir. He still becomes Cat Noir, but him and Ladybug don't become a thing. Because he realizes, actually, before Chloe reveals herself as Ladybug, I wanted to have this fun moment where they run into each other, like the run-in in the episode, and Adrien looks at Chloe, like, "Chloe, is that you?" And she's like, "No, I am not. I am Ladybug." And she's like, and Adrian's like, "Chloe, I've known you since we were like 5. I know what you sound and look like. Trust me, it's you." And she's like, "Oh shit, Adrien?" So, yeah. So while Chloe does reveal that she's Ladybug to all of Paris, she does, however, because she was just about to reveal that Adrien was Cat Noir, but then she was like, "I don't know who Cat Noir is," and that's the moment that Master Fu is like, "Oh, she does have potential to be a good Ladybug," because she could have easily sold out Cat Noir. So she knows it's Adrien, but she won't. She basically says, "Oh, I run into Cat Noir when we fight crime together. I don't know where he goes. He probably has like a cat lair." And Cat Noir's like, "Cat lair? Really? Fucking Christ, Chloe." So whenever there's an emergency, they have to like space out running off to switch with their Miraculous into their superhero personas. They have to like time it just right, and also this gives them the edge to cover for each other. Chloe and Adrien can now cover for each other, and no, they do not get together. It's still Adrien and Marinette, because yeah, in here, like, Chloe realizes real quick that, oh, we're superheroes, we can be together finally, and she realizes, eventually, I can't make him love me. I cannot make Adrien love me, and she decides to be a wing woman for her and Marinette, because she realizes real quick, oh, it's obvious Marinette likes you, so I'm going to help you two get together. However, there is a lot of... here's another question you guys are probably asking right now. Well, if Chloe revealed that she was Ladybug already, if she revealed that she was Ladybug, then why on Earth, is Hawkmoth not, like, tearing down her, tearing down her front door to get at her, sending supervillains after her? Reason being is because she's the mayor's daughter, and obviously her penthouse is well guarded. So literally, she just told the world, "Hey, I'm Ladybug, and none of you can stop me." So Hawkmoth can't get at her right from the get-go. He knows that it would be straight up stupid to try to lay siege to it so many times. Like, obviously, the mayor's going to double security and protect his home and protect the, everywhere Chloe goes with, extra security so she can go out and do her superhero business. So obviously he can't touch her. So he's like, all right, I can't attack her as, Hawkmoth, but maybe I can get at her closer as Gabriel. So as he, Gabriel starts making more public appearances with his son, he starts, showing himself. It's very much like a Norman Osborn thing where he's like, hey, how you doing, everybody? I'm here open with my son, and I want to get closer to my enemy, who I know is my enemy. So that's how that plays out. To make another notice is that Alia is vastly different in here. She's still friends with Marinette, don't get me wrong, but she is not a fan of Ladybug in this story. In this continuity, Alia, after seeing what a shit job she did in her, shit job Chloe did in her, opening as a superhero, basically she's made the Lady Blog the anti-Lady Blog. Alia is basically she is Ladybug's equivalent to Jameson in here. She is the J. Jonah Jameson, where she's like, Ladybug did this and caused all this amount of damage, and, Chloe Bourgeois, caused this, and this, and it was her fault for making the Akuma. So, yeah, in here, she's still friends with Marinette and all that. Same time, she's, Ladybug, not Ladybug's #1 fan in here, but #1, rival in here. And Chloe's gotta, learn, because at first she's like, I want this shut down. I can't have this, this bad publicity. But Tiki reminds her it's her opinion, and she's not wrong. You did blow up a lot of shit, and you caused a lot of problems. You still cause a lot of problems. So maybe instead of, I don't know, causing all these problems, maybe you should try to fix them, and maybe eventually Alia will change, and the Lady Blog, the anti-Lady Blog, will go away, or maybe it'll change into a fan club, who knows. So it's not like in Marinette's continuity where Marinette is beloved as Ladybug is beloved by all in Paris. In here, it's more divided. Paris is more divided because on one half, it's the mayor's daughter who's constantly fucking up, and the other half are like, yeah, she's doing pretty good, but she doesn't have the same level of, love and whatnot that Marinette's Ladybug had. You also have in here that Marinette doesn't become a superhero or villain. She's more like a supporting character for Adrian. She's more of a supportive and it's not as obsessive. She's not as obsessive about him, because in here it happens more naturally between the relationship between the two of them, because now he's not obsessed with Ladybug. He can now Adrian can focus on other things. He can actually focus on, Marinette, and Marinette can now focus on him. And like I said, he actually he does reveal that he's Cat Noir to her. And when Chloe finds out, she's like, "You told him? You told her? Oh, sure. We're just giving out everyone's identity." And he's like, "Bitch, please. You gave out your identity to everybody, so don't get mad at me." And that was the thing, is that it's, Ladybug and Cat Noir's relationship is vastly different here, where they do kind of snipe at one another, but Adrian does have a lot of respect for Chloe, because he's like, yeah, you were my friend, you were my only friend I had left in the world, so of course I'm gonna have your back. Of course I'm gonna have, Ladybug's back no matter what. That's what friends do, so I'm going to also defend Chloe whenever I can, but also, Chloe, you've got to learn to take some fucking responsibility. I also wanted to have, some fun shit in here, Ladybug, Chloe thinks that she needs, gadgets and stuff to win outside of the yo-yo. So what she does is basically, she has a a Ladybug mobile built and completely wrecks it. And yeah, I also wanted to have that there are some times where Chloe and Tiki don't see eye to eye, because it's still Chloe and she still thinks she's right, whereas Tiki is like, look, maybe you should listen to me for a little bit, and she's like, I'm not listening to a bug. So it's more antagonistic. They do kind of bicker back and forth in this story. As for other miraculous heroes, Marinette does become she doesn't become the Queen Bee. It's actually Sabrina who becomes Queen Bee, and subsequently Queen Wasp, because Sabrina in here reveals that she's in love with Chloe, and Chloe kind of rejects her because Chloe's kind of like, I don't know about my own sexuality, so this is legit scaring me. So she rejects Sabrina, and she was and then she gets turned, and that's why she gets turned to Queen Wasp, because she's like, Sabrina has this total freak out as Queen Bee. She was like, now we can actually be superheroes because I love you. Oh, I said that out loud, and Chloe's like, I don't know how to take that. I can't do that. So yeah, Sabrina becomes Queen Bee, Ladybug Marinette becomes Mighty Mouse, and Alia is still Reina Rouge. Of course, I wasn't going to take that away from her. Anyway, so there is, there you go. That is, I know I occasionally update this story because of how fun it is to really play with these kind of what-if stories, so yeah. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? Did you guys like it, hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.